have some things to talk about. For starters, your Saturn return can be a very interesting phase of your life, and it affects everybody differently due to where the placement will be in your chart. It's a pretty interesting circumstances that can lead to whatever. Saturn return is about discipline, and Saturn is known as the teacher of the zodiac. Now, it usually brings a lesson about your discipline, how you personally view your work-life balance, and a lot of things like that. Now, I'm in my Saturn return, and maybe a little scary. It can be a little scary. So I just wanted to show you, as someone who has significant Capricorn in their chart, meaning that Saturn will very much affect me, and Saturn is in my 10th house, which is Capricorn, and therefore ruled by Saturn. Mine very much directly relates to my work-life discipline. In the way that I can overwork myself, and I can very much judge myself by my productivity and what I'm doing, and whether I'm not doing enough or whether or not it's true to me. So for me, the Saturn return is about knowing when I need to take a break, and also knowing when I need to skew my focus differently, which is, looking back, probably why I started this channel in my mind without realizing it was why. Because this is a big point for me. My spirituality is big. People have questions, and I have answers, and I really need to take that into account when I think about my life and what I consider work. And for me, spirituality and what I do with the occult, I guess you would say, has been a life hobby. It's been something I've been interested in since I was about 8. I got like a tarot deck at 9 years old, and at some point took up, tea leaf reading and things like that. There's a lot of divinational skills and things of that nature that I've taken up. Palm readings and zodiac. I think it was age 8 I got into astrology. So from a very young age for me, this has been a big point. And interestingly, for a lot of us, we are going through what they call the Great Spiritual Awakening. Now, this has been talked about for a while, and it's something that when I heard the term, I knew I was going to be very much around for it, and it was very much going to happen. Just because it just felt so real to me, that idea. And I won't say I'm Wiccan, because that would put me in a box that I'm not a part of. And it's not hoodoo, and it's not voodoo, and it's not really agnostic either. I've heard it called New Age spirituality. Fair enough. I'm not a Buddhist. And I don't really have a home in this. I have, psychic abilities, as you would say. And so for me, my Saturn return has been about, you need to come out with this. Because if you knew me well as a child, you would have known that I was into these kinds of things, and plenty of kids outgrow these types of things. And here I am at 29, going, I'm not going to outgrow it at all. So this is my Saturn return. So it's a very interesting thing for everyone. If you'd like to get into astrology and really look at where your Saturn return and how it's going to affect you, you need to look at what how Saturn is in for you. You'll have to know your birth date, time, and where you were born. And you can just find like a calculator, and you can look up what house Saturn is in, and it'll tell you kind of what your Saturn return has in store for you in particular. So for me, it was deciding that I need to make my hobby part of my day-to-day life. And day-to-day life is people knew me because it's such a big part of self. So, it's a very different thing for a lot of people. It can mean issues with your family. I guess, say if it's in your fourth house, it'll mean like your mother, your family, your children. Say if it's in your third house, it could mean your siblings, your communication style, your thinking. It can really do that. So it's just very different for everyone. Um, it happens like right before you turn 30, like somewhere between 27 and 30. It's a little bit different for everybody. I mean, depending. But for me, um, it's been quite eye-opening in the way of I thought it would be scarier. A lot of people think it's going to be scary inherently, and that's not really the case, but and certainly mine wasn't. So I guess for a lot of people, what they need is to know really like a house by house of where their Saturn return is. And it's pretty easy to look up online. So I'm not going to get into too much, but I will say, if you turned into this little video, look at where your Saturn return was, even if you're already through that age point in your life. And just see, like, just kind of think back on what was going on right then at that age point when your Saturn return did happen. It would just be an interesting thing to kind of do for fun. But I also wanted to get into the energies for the week, considering it's been a very strange week for a lot of people I know, and just kind of like a who's on first, kind of what's going on with this kind of situation kind of way. I just wanted to pull a few cards as like a just general reading, so if you're tuned in, like to stay for the general reading, these are for you. I have the Moon card in reverse. Page of Cups in reverse. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And the Page of Pentacles upright. Ten of Cups in reverse, Page of Pentacles upright. Well, okay. It seems like an emotionally stressful time for a lot of people. And quite a confusing time as well. The Moon card tends to talk about sometimes secrets being illuminated, and sometimes it can even mean learning how to handle your emotions, or your emotions getting the best of you, and maybe looking back and going, I could have handled that better. Definitely better. And the Page of Cups really talks about that too. It can mean an emotionally immature person, but it can also mean not wanting to handle your emotions well. And a Ten of Cups upside down can really mean not having what you're wanting out of life and not really feeling emotionally stable. It's really just like seeing a family in discord, or it's just, it can be a very heartbreaking card. It can be, oh, I wanted something so much more than this. And the Page of Pentacles typically means someone who knows what they want financially and will go after it and is working on their skills and working on them financially. So if these cards are for you today, there's a lot of family issues that need to be sorted out. And just not only for yourself, but for what may come after this for you. It looks like for some people it's going to be about maybe someone's lied about you, lied to you, kind of secrecy and just kind of this strange, like, I don't know where we're going, someone's trying to confuse me kind of mind game, and somebody who's not emotionally dealing with it well. And we also have the Ten of Pentacles upside down, factoring into this as it affects more than one person. This doesn't sound nice at all. But it sounds like it's affecting the Page of Pentacles, who was just trying to go earn some money and learn their skills. So if this is you in this situation, best of luck. Let's see what we got over here with the Ascended Masters deck. Need advice. Anybody this will pertain to. Drink more water, Oshun, retreat into nature, and take charge of the situation. And you can do it by Archangel Michael. So if this is definitely your situation and you know it's really for you, where there's been a lot of manipulation and a lot of unsteady emotions, sitting pretty clearly that it's at least been a little strange lately emotionally. Drink more water, take time to yourself in nature, and really try to change the situation once you feel more charged, and you will be able to. So good luck. Even if you just have to go take a walk, go take a walk. Pay attention to your dreams, Archangel Michael. Thank you for tucking me into bed tonight and helping me enjoy a wonderfully restful night's sleep. Archangel Michael, I invite you into my dreams as my teacher, guide, and healer. Please allow me to understand the situation in detail, understand the situation on a spiritual level, and give me guidance. Now, in particular, watch for signs in your dreams. Like if you see like a snake in your dreams, it's very often with the moon in reverse. People who tend to get that card will start seeing like things like a snake in their dream, or trickster animals like coyotes. So watch out. Watch out. And typically this card does have coyotes on it. Mine has dogs. I don't know. So please watch out. This isn't always the most merry situation. If you have any dreams lately, probably a sign, considering you have the moon card, even if they may be confusing. And it can kind of make your subconscious out of whack. You'll definitely get the moon of the moon upside down when your self-conscious is out of whack. Like your subconscious is trying to tell you something, like drink more water, or you need some time away from this, or someone's being deceitful. You'll definitely get those kinds of intuitive hits of like, this is weird, I need to pay attention to this. So good luck everybody, and take care.